I'm not gonna lie, I love this music. It slaps! That's the, for anybody who doesn't know, that's the, cave music for Super Mario 64. Man, that sounds so good. Alright, I'm a little bit washed out, aren't I? That's okay. What's going on, everybody? Hi, happy, was it Tuesday? It's Tuesday! I'm on Dapper Dinosaur's show later. That'll be fun. Yo, what up? Hey, welcome, 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 welcome. Alright. I was sent this before I went on vacation, and now I have returned from vacation and was like, well, I guess we need to talk about this. Music's a little loud, right? There we go. That should be better. That's okay, we're not leaving it on anyway. Okay. Okay. What are we doing? What are we doing? Alright, I just want to show you what was posted to me so you guys have an idea of where this came from. So, this was tagged to me on Blue Sky, by Yumi, who is at the Salt Queen, which is... That's a peak. That's a good name. That is a good handle, so props to you on that one, Yumi. That's fantastic. So they tagged this. They tagged me in this to take a look at it. They did say for DFF, but DFF is still getting sorted out, so I figured I'd come by and do it early, and it kind of deserves its own thing, and God, there's so much stupid shit. There's always so much stupid shit. Yeah, Vic content. I know. Vic Mignogna content is always like cuckoo kachoo. You know what I'm right? You know what I'm saying? So, this is the panel. This is the panel behind the scenes of Anime Matsuri. Now, for anybody who doesn't know, Anime Matsuri is basically the only anime convention that allows Vic Mignogna to go. Like, no other anime convention lets this guy show up. So I guess that kind of gives you an idea of what the type of place Anime Matsuri is like and the type of people that are hosting it. I don't know if I need to go into the deep dives, but there are a couple Anime Matsuri deep dives. If you wanted to go check those out, you're more than welcome to. I'm not gonna go into that today. Maybe another day if people are interested. Yeah, I went on vacation right when I got tagged in this, so I know I'm a little bit late, I'm a little bit slow on the uptake here, but, you know, special thanks to Goofy Otaku, who is the one who uploaded this. So, thanks. Oh no, I'm on Debate Hub. No, don't put this on my Debate Hub account, please, I beg of you. Don't do this to me. Oh no. Oh, that's cursed. We're not doing that. We're not doing that, excuse me, while I fix this. Oh no. What have I done? My poor algorithm. You don't know who Vic is. Vic Mignogna is a, like, what, E-list celebrity? Like, he was really popular in the anime, manga dubbing scene back in, like, the early 2000s. So he'd voiced a lot of, he's the voice actor for Full Metal Alchemist. He does the voice of Edward Elric. He was Tamaki in Uran High School Host Club. In Soul Eater, he was Maka's dad, whose name escapes me. Death Scythe, I think is his character's name. Anyway, he's been a lot of characters. He's been around. Broly from Dragon Ball Z, up until recently, where he was removed by Funimation due to some kind of internal investigation. He then proceeded to sue people because they were calling him a creep because he was being a creep. He likes to use his fan base as a dating pool and liked to go after women of questionable age, at best. These are things that he has admitted to, by the way, not things that I am speculating about. There are some other stories that are neither necessarily confirmed, but I don't need to use stories that people can or cannot confirm. I can simply use the things he said, in which case he was going around stalking a pair of twins who he assumed were fans of his and solicited them for sex. And for anybody who doesn't remember, incest, still illegal! So, there's that. This is all stuff that he admitted to doing. And stuff we've literally seen him do, like, you know, showing his underwear by accident on a stream, and then taking that same underwear and putting it in his background of his next stream to talk about how okay it was being held by a Broly statuette. So, action figure. He's a creep. He's a creep. He likes to do this plausible deniability thing. He likes to send his fan base after people. He likes to, like, cry victim constantly because people think he's creepy. And he brings it up for everything. Every single thing he talks about. The last time we checked in on him, if I'm not mistaken, he was blaming people who didn't like him because they didn't like the way he interacted with his fan base and didn't like some of the way he's behaved for him getting cancer. I don't know. It was fucked up. Yeah, well, he used to have a fan base. I don't know how big his fan base is anymore. He was on the Alex Stein show on a, like, semi-regular basis, I guess. Yeah, once upon a... Vic could have recovered from this, like, from a PR standpoint, but, nope. Well, why would he listen to me? I'm crazy. What would I know? He said that Jimmy Kimmel needs Jesus. Yeah, that was pretty funny. I think I have a clip of that. Hold on. I got 2 clips of that one.
You shut up! Jimmy Kimmel needs Jesus. Damn it! I get it now. Why they all call this quest the Devil's Errand. Why they either quit their research or are driven insane by it.
Easy.
The secret, Hal. The last ingredient of the stone. Jimmy Kimmel needs Jesus.
Jimmy Kimmel needs Jesus. Vic, mediocre white man, his way into irrelevance. Yeah, basically. Did he finally say that Rekieta needed help? I don't remember what he said about Nick Rekieta. I think that's what he said, but it's been a while. Alright, anyway. So he was at Anime Matsuri this past year, last month, at the end of last month. So let's take a look at the... That's enough TLDR about who the fuck Vic is. You'll find out. You don't need a whole ton of backstory to peg this guy for exactly what he is. It's like nearly... How long do you think it'll take, guys? How long do you think it'll take for Vic to just, like, blow his cover of being a reasonable human being? What's Jimmy Kimmel supposed to do with Jesus? Man, I don't know. Couldn't tell you. How long do you think it's gonna take? Upwards of 5 minutes? I don't think it'll take that long. I give him 2.5 minutes. Alright. Alright, let's go. Oh, if you really want the down low on Vic Mignogna and want to know, like, the details, there's an 11-hour documentary that was put out, like, documentary-style video that was put out by Mars Girl. And if you want to know, like, all the allegations and the shit that went on with him, go and watch Mars Girl's video. It's a fantastic video, but like, take breaks because, man, there's a couple spots it gets pretty dark. Oh, why is it not? You guys can't hear it. Hold on. Let's try again.
For those of you that are just kind of new to all of this, my name is Vic Mignogna.
Hi, Vic.
Don't let that last name scare you. It looks a lot more foreboding than it actually is.
Foreboding? Foreboding? Why does he think his name is foreboding? Okay, whatever. He's just making
voice acting. Well, since God created the heavens and the earth. I've been voice acting for over 25 years. I've done over 400 different anime series and video games. And my favorite part of all of it is you.
Oof.
I don't want to get serious right away, but I'm going to.
Oh, 43 seconds. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
I'm gonna be straight with you, okay? You guys, anybody ever attend my panels before? Then you know how it goes, right? I love sharing important, powerful things. I love talking about fun things. I love talking about Oran High School. I love talking about Vampire Knight, Full Metal Alchemist, and Star Trek.
For anybody who doesn't know, those are anime he was in. I believe he was Zero, the character Zero in Vampire Knight. Vampire Knight was... never mind. We're not going to talk about that.
And of course, Star Trek. But
he was not in Star Trek. He has never been in Star Trek. He was part of a project that he got to, like a fan project where he played Captain Kirk. He's been admonished multiple times by William Shatner on Twitter for trying to associate his fan project and the group fan project with William Shatner and official Star Trek stuff. He has no association with any official Star Trek anything.
But you know what? We get into heavy things sometimes. And I hope you appreciate that. Because I really love the opportunity to talk with you guys. It's my favorite thing in the world. As you know, when we record anime, we're basically in a padded box. So there is no interaction with an audience. There is no chance to connect like you do if you've ever done a stage play or something. You know, like you say something and you hear the audience laugh and it just energizes you and you feel this kind of an unspoken connection with the audience. You don't have that. And so from the very beginning, I mean, from the first convention I did, and as old as I am, I still remember it. It was OhioCon in Columbus, Ohio.
Oh, really?
It was the first convention I was ever invited to, and I was blown away.
OhioCon is in Ohio? I can't imagine. Hold on, how old is Vic? I never remember because, like, I don't care that much. Hold on, 1962, so he is currently 63.
I was like, I had no idea this is even a thing. When I was a little kid, my mom would drop me off at Star Trek conventions. She would not go in, but she would drop me off. And I knew about Star Trek conventions, but I didn't even know.
This guy's whole vibe is trying to be a cool youth pastor. That's like his main, like, brand. So for anybody getting cringe vibes, that's likely where it's coming from. He's grown up with a lot of, like, pastoral training and stuff like that. We've looked at this in the past if you're interested in checking that out. It's about part of his Wikipedia, so this isn't, like, secret information or anything. But if you're getting, like, cringy vibes, it's probably coming from that he likes to go, he does that whole, he likes to preach at people at conventions, and which is probably where he's going, but this is very, like, warbly right now.
That there was such a thing as anime conventions. So when I went to that...
Probably because there wasn't anime conventions at that time, Vic.
The first one, and saw for the first time wall scrolls and artwork and action figures and things of characters that I had played.
I will remind you that Vic Mignogna refuses to sign things that are gay or yaoi because they're not canon. Which he has also signed other things that are not canon. So he just whatever.
I was blown away. I can't think of another word but humbled. It was rather humbling. And over the years, anime has.
Do you believe that Vic is a humble person or has felt humbled? Because I'm gonna press X to doubt on that one. This seems to do nothing but drive his ego, but okay.
Grown. I think that's the most obvious statement I've ever made in my life. And not for the better, in some ways. Can we be honest? We'll jump into the deep end here with me.
I don't know where we're going.
Things are very different now than they were even 10 or 15 years ago.
10 or 15 years ago, anime conventions would let you do something called glomping, and people would get fucking injured, and people were just getting, like, jumped on and tackle-hugged and assaulted. There had to be a whole campaign that happened in the anime convention communities that was cosplay does not equal consent, because people would like to grope people who were wearing specific cosplays of anime characters that may or may not be more or less revealing. So, yeah.
And I'll tell you what I think it is.
Yeah, there's a lot of people who think Vic Mignogna is closeted gay. There's lots of people who that's a rumor that's been around for a very, very, very long time. So I don't have an opinion about that personally, but that is a rumor.
And I'm old. I'm you know how old people are, right? I say what I think, you know, and let it fly.
That is not an excuse to be a dick, Vic. I don't know how much you need to hedge your bets on this, but apparently it's a lot. What the hell are you gonna say that's gonna be so bad that people have to be like, he's just old, ignore what he's saying? That's what he's telling you. That's such a weird... Then why are you saying it? Alright, whatever. Go on.
Back then, when I started, and for 10 or 15 years,
back in my
everybody
day,
that was involved was so happy to be a part of it. None of us were making any money. Like, I mean, you'd make more saying, would you like fries with your burger, than you would make voicing anime. There wasn't money to be made. There was no illusion of celebrity. So why did we do it? Because we loved it. Because we loved it. Because we loved acting. We loved playing characters that moved people.
oh no.
Here's what I think has happened.
Oh no.
As anime has grown, and now to this point, I think it's fair to say it's mainstream. It's everywhere.
I don't know. Do you guys think anime counts as mainstream? I'm curious to know what you think. 1 in the chat for yes, 2 in the chat for no. Do you guys think anime is mainstream? I'm not sure it's quite there yet. There are some anime that have made it to sort of a more mainstream status, but that's mostly the Ghibli movies, and that's mostly because they're distributed by Disney. So, like, Spirited Away, I would probably say, like, something like that might be considered mainstream, but one movie does not mainstream make. I mean, Avatar The Last Airbender is pretty popular, but even that I would struggle to call mainstream. Netflix, that's a good point. Netflix streams anime, that's true, but YTV back in the day, had anime playing at late night, so is that what made it mainstream? I don't think so. I don't know. Netflix also produces anime, so there's also that. Can't go more mainstream than streaming service. Valid. That's a valid point. I'm not sure. I could be swayed on this. If you guys have points to make about this, let me know, because, like, I'm curious. I think that anime is, like, yeah, 4Kids had anime. Yeah. I think, like, Pokemon is pretty mainstream. But again, one series does not make anime, in my opinion. You'd have to have, like, a little bit more than that. But, I don't know. I don't know if I would call anime mainstream. I would definitely say it's a lot more popular than it has been in the past. Yeah, Pokemon, Dragon Ball Z. But again, like, you're not gonna find... I don't know. Almost. Yeah, how would you define mainstream, I guess, at that point? Does it have to reach a certain, like... Does it have to, like, occupy a certain amount of, like, brain space and social... like, in the world of like, people's social activity? Like, if I go to a bar and I start talking about anime, what are the odds that I get somebody who knows what they're talking about? Like, what are the odds that I find somebody who I can talk to about something like, Misfit of Demon King Academy? Right? You know what I mean? So, like, I don't know. I mean, is sci-fi mainstream? Is horror mainstream? Usually horror is not mainstream. Right? So kind of like... kind of a weird statement overall, right? I don't know, but I know what he means, but I'm more interested in, like, the social question. I'm not saying this to pick on Vic right now. I'm saying this because I'm just, like, confused by his statement. I think he's gonna call voice actors celebrities, and I do not think that's... I don't think that's the case. There are celebrities who do voice acting, and almost every time it happens, people start complaining. So, like, Chris Pratt playing Mario... that doesn't mean that mainstream actors can't voice act. It just means that people aren't always on board for it because acting on film is different than acting on a stage or acting in a booth or voice acting, right? These are different skills and they're not always as equally transferable. Which is fine. That's not a bad thing. Well, you guys let me know what you think. I'm not sure. Anime is far more popular than it was 15 years ago. Yes, I can get on board with that. But 15 years ago was 2000... wait, hold on. What year is it? 2026? So what, 15 years ago was it 2010? Is that right? Did I do my math right? Am I stupid? Hold on. I'm bad at reverse math. 2026 minus 15... yeah, 2011. Okay, yeah, I'm not crazy. I got it. I was right. What anime came out in 2010? Anime that released in 2010. Let's see. Anime series in 2010. According to IMDb, as it loads. Gundam Unicorn. Jesus Christ, Gundam Unicorn was 2010? Holy moly. Yo, like, we're on all the way to Gundam Unicorn. A new Haruhi came out. Durarara. Air Gear. The world God only knows. Bakuman. Bakuman was popular. Occult Academy. Black Butler 2. High School of the Dead. I loved High School of the Dead. Too bad it'll never finish. The mangaka died. Black Lagoon. Not the original Black Lagoon, but Black Lagoon. Okaon, yeah. Oh my god, Demon King Daimyo. Ha! If you've never seen this, it's dated. Oh, Maid-sama, also very dated. I remember Maid-sama. That one was popular. Oh my god, Queen's Blade. More Queen's Blade. How did they make more Queen's... oh, Fate Zero. Oh my god, Fate Zero came out in 2011. Holy shit. Hunter x Hunter started 2011. Future Diary, also 2011. Hellsing. Hellsing Ultimate, 2006 to 2012. Blade. Man, there's some good shit that came out that year. Or this set of years. Blue Exorcist. I like Blue Exorcist. Steins Gate. People really like Steins Gate. Oh yeah, that Wolverine animated. Jesus Christ. I'm getting fucking flashbacks. I loved Gossick. Oh my god, I loved Gossick. Gossick was so good. Oh, Beelzebub, also very funny. This was like my peak anime era. I watched like so much anime in the 2000s. Say I Love You was cute. My Little Monster was cute too. 2010 to like 2015, I was watching like everything. They're psychopaths. Oh my god. Alright, sorry, I have to stop looking at this. I'll be stuck on this forever. Yeah, I think you've got like a really good point. Can you name 10 anime? Anyway, let's keep going.
I mean, Netflix has their own, like, whole anime, right? I mean, it's everywhere. Something happened, and this is what I think it is.
I don't think something being available makes it popular, or necessarily makes it well-known. But, sure. Okay, if that's his definition, fine.
An industry that used to only be populated by people that had a passion for the industry and didn't care much about how much money they were going to make or how famous they were going to be. As it became bigger, it started attracting a different kind of person.
Bitch, that's you! You're the one who is upset about your reputation and your career because you got called out for being a creep. I wish we had more dub actors. I don't disagree with you. I think the anime industry could do... Lie. I think the anime industry could do with, like... what's the word I'm looking for? The way dub actors do anime is very different from the way like Japanese voice actors do anime. And personally, I prefer to read and go with the original than the dub. That's not because I dislike dub voice actors, by the way. I think some of them are great. But, alas.
I'm not talking about you. You are the foundation of this industry. Don't ever let anybody tell you otherwise.
Who's telling anybody otherwise?
Sorry.
Are you fake crying already?
Without you.
Yes, you need consumers to have an industry, Vic. This is not, I'm 14 and this is deep. What are you talking about?
And yet I feel like you have been largely forgotten by what's going on in the industry today.
Bro, you're not in the industry anymore. Nobody wants to hire you. What the fuck do you know about the industry? You got kicked out. What are you talking about? Oh my god, people can make money. Ooh, it's evil now. Corporate.
Because there are people that see dollar signs now. There are people that weren't in this industry before, but suddenly they see a chance to line their pockets.
Oh my god, actors and artists being paid for their work. Sellouts. This is so silly. Like, my guy, the anime industry isn't that big. Like, that it's really not. It's really not that big. It's still pretty, like, it's not fucking, like, we're making Marvel movies big, which is kind of what he's talking about. This seems, yeah, I think Al is right. This seems, like, really untrue. And I think he only feels this way because he got booted. He got booed off stage.
And they will do anything to get that money.
Like what?
They'll be unscrupulous. They'll be dishonest.
Uh-huh.
They'll pull tricks. They'll tell you one thing and do another. They'll anything to aggrandize themselves.
Oh, really? Well, you would never do anything like that, would you, Vic? You wouldn't file frivolous lawsuits and lie to people and continuously pretend you're in a war with a whole anti-hate group against you and accuse people of giving you cancer. What a loser, Trump. What a No, I can't. It's been so long since I did the Trump voice. I don't even know if I can do it anymore. Loser. What? Close. My guy, then don't work in the industry if you hate it so much. Oh, wait, you can't if you wanted to anyway.
Now, I see some of you videotaping, and I'm glad. I hope more of you are videotaping, because the world needs to hear this stuff.
Oh!
Because a lot of you are unaware of this.
Uh-huh.
But you need to know what's going on in your industry, and I mean that seriously. Your industry.
I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but the fans of anime are notoriously terrible at knowing what they want. I don't know if you've noticed this. Toxic anime fan bases are some of the most aggressive toxic fan bases that exist, particularly online, and they can be terrible. And they will bully people, and they will send death threats to people, and and it's not every fan base, but it does happen. And to pretend that it doesn't happen is silly. But for Vic Mignogna to pretend that he's gonna give these toxic people this power over the industry when anytime, like, man, it's the same thing with, like, video game fan bases. Like, we want this in that game. Like, the God of War fans, right? Or the Gamergate shit. Like, ugh.
A lot of people in this industry have forgotten.
Oh yeah, by the by, Vic Mignogna is not a good voice actor. For anybody who hasn't noticed, he's not very good. Doesn't really have much vocal differentiation. So when you hear Vic Mignogna, it's Vic Mignogna. So when you hear Vic Mignogna in any anime, you'll see, oh, that's Vic. Oh, that's Vic. Oh, that's you'll pick him out almost instantaneously. And I'm not saying this because I'm doing a critique. This is something he said out loud. He doesn't have, like, he doesn't. So I don't know why he thinks he should get to be special outside of he was there early, which is meaningless, quite frankly.
How grateful they should be that they ever were blessed enough to get a chance to voice act for something. And suddenly, some of them but over the course of time, they start feeling kind of like they're the show, and they're such a big time, and they should be commanding huge amounts of money, and they should have, entourages and booking agents and big stars.
If you want to see good vocal differentiation, Liam O'Brien is a fantastic voice actor. His vocal range is quite impressive. For anybody who doesn't know, he is the voice actor for Illidan in World of Warcraft. He's the voice actor for Yasuo in League of Legends. If you want another example, also in League of Legends, is Matthew Mercer, is a relatively popular one. Actually, the three I'll mention they've all worked together on Critical Role, but Matthew Mercer in League of Legends is Gangplank and Wolf from the character Kindred, so he plays one half of Kindred. And Travis Willingham. All three of them have quite impressive yeah, just say anyone from Critical Role. Yeah, the Critical Role cast has quite an impressive vocal range and vocal differentiation. The whole cast does. So, I mean, quite frankly, yeah, and Monica Rial and Jamie Marshy are both very good. You can go look at other voice actors and find far, like, people who are far better at the job, right? For example. I mean, if you want to go back, go look at the guy who invented the Looney Tunes.
And somewhere along the line, they've forgotten to be grateful.
My guy, do you think that all of the money from making anime goes to the voice actors? Because it does not. Voice actors make money off of conventions. In fact, one of the things that Vic listed in his lawsuit was that he was losing conventions and losing money because he wasn't able to go to conventions anymore. Of course, he lost his lawsuit and his appeals.
They've forgotten to be thankful for what they were given.
You mean the job that they do, that they work hard for and have to audition for and Like, what? It's a job, my guy. Yes, it's a creative job. But we don't get to. If you want to have a solid and strong society, you should pay your artists. There is not that much money being made in anime.
I'm sorry that it's that way.
So does Vic just hate capitalism?
There have been a lot of things that have happened because of that mentality.
Capitalism!
But I want you to know something. You guys don't ever forget this. And I hope somehow any of these videos or any of you guys that share...
I'm sorry, my guy, are you trying to unionize the fucking... the people who watch anime viewing communities? Are you trying to get them to, like, do what? Demand anime for free? Or say that voice actors shouldn't get paid for and that they own a piece of the industry? That's not how production works in the slightest. Why does this sound like Vic is just salty and wants to ruin the anime community for everybody else? Like, Misery Loves Company level of shit.
Stuff on your social media, I hope that you get the word out. This is your industry. It's not mine.
Yeah, we know.
It doesn't belong to any voice.
It's definitely not yours. You're not involved anymore and haven't been for like multiple years at this point. When the fuck did he get fired from Funimation? Like a while ago?
Actor. And to be quite honest with you, I get pretty annoyed at the way some voice actors behave.
Like you.
They think they're all that in a bag of chips. And aren't
like
you lucky that they showed up to see you, that give you the privilege to see them?
I would remind you that this guy was not allowed at a convention. He tried to book a space in a hotel, and the hotel said no, so he just went to their parking lot. And then tried to tell people that, like, other people were taking away from fans and their opportunity to see him. That's literally a thing he said. Oh my god. Holy shit, dude. Oh my god, we're only 8 minutes in. Oh no.
Give me a break.
Yes, please.
They should be thanking God every day.
Uh-huh.
That out of hundreds of people, they got an opportunity to voice act something and people actually liked it. And they got all these wonderful opportunities, and they get to look into the faces of these people that enjoyed their work. What a gift. What a gift. Do you know how many lonely people there are in the world?
Dude, just go be a fucking preacher or go be a fucking motivational speaker then. Like, what is this? What is this? What are you trying to tell everybody?
You may even consider yourself one of them.
It's so self-righteous.
And instead of holding on and valuing that gift that you were given as a voice actor to be in this industry, it becomes, how much can I make? How much money can I make?
Who? Who are you talking about, Vic? You keep saying they. Who are you talking about? You think, again, it's not the voice actors. If you want to make money doing anime, you don't become a voice actor. That's not where the money is. Netflix makes the money. What are you talking about? Unbelievable. I want to see the audience. Show us the audience. All of the 10 people that are there.
And who can I step on to get a little higher? I've experienced it, and I know plenty of others have as well. I'm not alone.
Oh yeah? How?
So,
like who?
I just want to say that. We're going to get to fun stuff too, but I've been waiting for the opportunity. Because you know, after COVID...
Bullshit. He's never shut up about this. I've been waiting for the opportunity. Oh my god.
What was one of the first things that got cut from conventions? Panels. No more panels. Because, you know, people are like, oh, don't sit too close, all that kind of thing. And so...
I'm sorry, did he just go to a COVID conspiracy? Yeah, you can't do a convention where there's shit tons of people all packed into small spaces. Well, there's a deadly virus going around killing people, Vic. What are you talking about?
So this chance to talk with somebody whose work you enjoy, to ask questions about the industry, to questions about Star Trek. It always works in there somewhere, right? That was gone. It was pushed away. And then it just became, oh, you're gonna sit at a table and sign autographs with your mask on, right? Keep your distance and all that kind of stuff.
I'm sorry, Vic, would you rather be responsible for potentially killing your fan base? Not a mask, oh no. Oh no. I thought he said that voice actors shouldn't be, like, self-righteous and talk about how great they are, and here he is being like, you lost the opportunity to talk to me because COVID, blah, 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 blah. What the fuck? What the actual shit? We know why. Well, yeah, we know why he actually misses conventions. Yeah, because his fucking uses his fan base as a dating pool. I know he's married right now, but that never stopped him before. Oh, fucking Christ. Okay, so, Auxio, A-U-X-I-O, did I say your name correctly? Is asking a question. I just want to make sure I get it right here. How does Vic Mignogna engage in pest behavior for around 1.5 decades? And only gets called out when he is fully ingrained and a star within the voice acting industry. I'm just curious if so many voice actors hated him and didn't want him around. So, Feline's got an answer, and then I have one as well. So, because Feline says, because 1, it might not have been as well known. 2, because voice actors do not really get any meaningful power to push someone out. So, okay, I have a little bit of a different answer, and so the thing is Vic was called out for his behavior, and the industry didn't do anything about it. The thing that changed was twofold. Well, maybe 3. You could say social media played a strong role in that, but I think that's tertiary or secondary. The 2 main things that happened is that, 1, Me Too happened. And there was a big push for people to actually start listening to the women that were being harassed in the workplace. And so some laws changed, and some ways laws were processed were changed. Secondly, there was a big technological change. The big technological change being everybody and their mother has a camera in their pocket now. So things that people didn't believe were happening to women in the industry were suddenly it was a lot easier to prove that something was or was not happening, because you could get audio and video recordings. And even that, people still don't believe it. There's recordings of Vic Mignogna doing this shit, and people are like, nah, that's not real. It's a conspiracy. And so because the legal processes changed in some areas, it meant the way these allegations were treated and the way they were handled and the way they were investigated changed. Right? The reason why Vic Mignogna had a whole thing is because Funimation got bought out by Sony. And Sony did an internal investigation when they bought Funimation. And so he lost his contract. And so his contract was the thing he complained about and what he sued for. Remember, half of his implosion that we even know about is because he tried to sue other people, not because they went after him. He lost his contract, and that would have been the end of it. And he could have gone off and done his own fucking thing, but instead of doing that, he decided to be the biggest bitch baby ever, because I'm not allowed to, like, harass and assault people in the workplace anymore. He tried to win the court of public opinion, thinking it would win his lawsuit, and then the Gamergate guys picked it up. That's why we even know about it. The Gamergate guys picked it up. That was like, what, Yellow Flash, Nick Rekieta, that Umbrella guy. It was all getting picked up in and around the same time as the Amber Heard Johnny Depp thing. So people were very strongly giving backlash to the Me Too situation because Amber Heard was such a lying liar who lies. Right? So they were using this excuse as a way to shit on the Me Too movement and women in general. That's why. That's the long and short of it. A lot of industry is meant for protecting people and pedophiles, particularly in corporate America. All right, let's keep going. Before I move on, does that answer your question? Vic wanted people presented Vic as if he was going to be the new Johnny Depp but in the voice acting gaming space. And because that was just definitively not the case, and there was evidence that he's admitted to in his depositions, didn't go in his favor. That's the long and short of it. But why didn't they get rid of Vic sooner? Because they couldn't. The structure was not exactly there. Now, I think Oxio does bring up a really good point, though. Why couldn't and why didn't, right? Why, if there were so many voice actors, men and women, who didn't like Vic Mignogna, who Vic Mignogna was doing these things to, why didn't they speak up and do something about it earlier? Or why were they not able to? Or if they tried, why did it not happen? Right? And that's why you see these changes to the laws over the years, right? That's why you see changes to the way these things are handled over the years. Right? I still get people fucking trying to come and harass me about my opinions about Vic Mignogna. Now! In 2026! It's like, bro, he's just an asshole! Some of them did spit. Well, the other thing is when somebody is harassy like this, from what we've heard about the way Vic Mignogna has behaved, is that other women don't know about it between each other until they find out later. One of the main instigating factors, if I'm remembering correctly from the defamation case that Vic filed, is that a couple women didn't speak out until they found out it was happening to more than just them. Right? They thought it was only them, so they never said anything. So they're like, oh, well, whatever. There's another issue here too, right? And let me come back for a second. If you're in a workplace or you're anywhere out and about, minding your own business, and someone comes by and slaps you on the ass, and then just keeps going, what do you do? Is it nothing? Because it's likely nothing. You're likely not going to do anything. And let's say you did do something. Is the something going to be calling the police? Likely not. Probably not going to call the police. Is somebody coming by and randomly slapping you on the ass sexual assault? Probably, yeah. Are the police going to charge that person? No. They're not going to. And do you have evidence that they did it, if they're just going to deny it the whole time? Yeah. It doesn't work. The system doesn't work in this case. So that's why there's been changes. And things like Vic Mignogna, things like Gamergate, things like Amber Heard have tried to flip the script to say that, no, not only that, but we shouldn't do things. Now we've got things like Roe v. Wade overturned, and the issues of, exactly what Megan Fox's giant boobs is saying. The issues of police being the people doing the sexual assault. Yeah, the rise of the current US president also suppressed the Me Too movement back in 2016, and now again. Right? The backlash that is happening socially from like a civil rights standpoint. I'm sorry. Oh, Vic wanted to get deep, so I guess we'll get deep. The backlash to some of the civil rights progresses that have been made have been directed against women and against Black people in the United States. Both men and women. That's why you have such a racist, pedophile, sexual assaulter, rapist as the president. If you want to know why it's like that, well, that's what happens. That's how society works. It'll pendulum and it'll swing the other way and it'll swing back and forth until eventually it will get closer to an equilibrium, and then it'll move on to the next thing. But to deal with that shit for a decade plus of being harassed and treated like shit, I couldn't do it. If you are getting... So, like, the question is, I think, or the misunderstanding, or I might be able to answer what you're suggesting is, what does a person do if they're being assaulted over and over and over again? Right? Is that what you're asking? Because his decades of assault are happening to fans. He is in a position of power over younger people. Keep in mind, some of these people were girls, not women. Not even necessarily women in the industry. Not people on equal footing to him. These are people he was preying on because he believed that he was in a position of power in the relationship between him and them. Right? And these are individuals that would have had this experience at a convention and then not gone back. So it only ever happened to one person. And that person believed it only happened to them. It wasn't until the advent of things like the internet and the Me Too movement when one person speaks out and somebody goes, oh wait, that's what Me Too was about. One person said something and then everybody went, oh no, like same with Harvey Weinstein. Right? Harvey Weinstein is a better example for what you're talking about. Harvey Weinstein was a close kept secret that everybody fucking knew and everybody just let it fucking happen. So what do you do if you're getting assaulted by somebody, but everybody around you is letting it happen and nobody will do anything, or even if they do believe you in the first place, or they believe you, know it happened, and then deny it anyway? What do? You can't do anything. You're socially locked. Let alone you're dealing with somebody who has more power than you in the situation, has a higher reputation than you do, and has all the resources. They have more money, they have more power, they have more face. So what do? You do nothing. You do nothing. There's nothing you can do. Unfortunately. Dan Schneider is a really good example, yeah? Alas. So now the question becomes, all right, well, that's the situation as it is. What do we do to change it? Well, things like Me Too happened. And so what happens in retaliation to Me Too? Right? All right, let's keep going. What is this guy saying? Sorry, we got a little bit into the weeds there.
I personally am very grateful for this. I love it. I love talking with you guys.
I'm so grateful that one anime convention allowed me to attend despite my sex-pesty behavior. Yeah, sure. Makes sense.
I'll tell you something I thought of this morning. My lovely wife and I were reading our devotionals this morning. We do this every morning. We have like 4 or 5 books. We read every morning and then we pray together.
You read 4 or 5 devotionals every morning? Yeah. Sounds like a lot of work.
And a thought formed in my mind, so I didn't tell her.
It also seems like a really random number. I think he might be lying. Like, I think that might just be a lie. That just seems odd.
She's like, you didn't tell me. No, I didn't. But a thought formed in my mind that I wanted to tell you. I hope this comes out right.
Oh, no.
You heard in my head.
No, no.
Look into your faces. I see God in you.
Oh. Sorry. Oh, God, that's so... Oh, my God. All I'm thinking of is Rafiki talking to, like, fucking... Rafiki talking to Simba at the dream pool, and he sees Mufasa, and he's like, he lives in you. In my body, in my body. Like, what are we doing? What are you doing here, guy? Just change careers. Give up and move on.
I see the divine.
Which one?
Because every one of you are beautiful creations in your own way. And I am so blessed to get to talk to you and interact with you. And I value your whatever interest you have in any work.
He's been saying the same thing for like decades, and this is how he hits on people.
And I've said that off and on for years, maybe not quite in that specific way, but I've said that for many years. But only in the last handful of years has it really come to mean as much to me as it does now.
So the last handful of years you were just bullshitting people, and now it... Ugh.
That money is spent and gone, right? Celebrity comes and goes.
He married somebody with money, just to be clear. But, like, Vic Mignogna is basically like a soft rice boy. You know what I mean? Like, he's married upwards socially and married into more money than he was bringing to the table, right? For anybody who doesn't know this, like he's basically a kept man with no career anymore. That's why he's talking about it like this. If that wasn't clear.
Most everything in the world can come and go that quick. People and connection and moments of relationship are
tell that to all the people you were cheating on while you were fucking around at cons.
priceless, and you can have them forever.
Yeah, no, the thought just hit him this morning. You know, the thought that he's been saying, that he just said he's been saying for the last handful of years, but now it means something, so I guess it counts as a new thought. I don't know. It's almost like he's bullshitting, Red Cedar. What do you mean?
You can hold on to them forever.
No, you can't.
I want you to know how much
It's not how that works.
to me, and how when I look at you, I see a piece of the divine. If you don't see it, trust me, it's there. We're gonna have, I'm having a panel tomorrow. You guys come back, unless you hate the way I'm talking right now. And you're like, let's.
I hope 50% of the people don't go back. Axio, I'm just curious, if Vic Mignogna was being exposed for being a sex pest, cheater, and cult leader, has Vic any allegations of racism specifically? I don't know about the cult leader thing. He has a fan base and he's very, like, dominate. I don't know if he does a streaming thing anymore, but are there any allegations of racism specifically? I would honestly have to go look, because I quite frankly do not remember. I would recommend, if you're curious about a big summation, go to Mars Girls' channel and go find her Vic Mignogna documentary. Hold on. I'll go get it. I'll go get it for you. I'm a helper. 1 second. Mars Girl. Vic Mignogna. Vic Mignogna! The entire Vic Mignogna story, the face of anime's dumbest culture war, is the title of the video. It's 11 hours and 5 minutes. So here we go. I will get that for you. Let me just put it in chat here real quick.
Anime is huge. It's everywhere. It's unavoidable.
hi,
What's the niche
Marco.
Japanese medium of entertainment that you could only watch if the guys at the
There you go. Okay. I do not recall if there's any. He is like, I've seen him. He hangs out with Alex Stein. He's definitely transphobic and he's homophobic. Some of the stuff on Alex Stein is definitively racist, but usually Vic is cringing away from that, so I don't know where he stands now. But he also appears, in my opinion, to be a MAGA supporter, so I think he's likely racist. I just don't know if he's done anything horribly, overtly racist on camera anywhere. I don't think he's straight up said he's a MAGA supporter, but he's regularly making the same arguments about COVID and jobs and blah, 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 blah. He, like, repeats a lot of those talking points. So I don't think racism is a big... Oh, yeah, his fan group referred to him as the Führer. Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, I don't think the racism allegations have been as prominent, but it is very much an undertone to a lot of what he does. Victoria says, "Did you buy tea yet? Am I being annoying?" No, you're not annoying me. But thank you for the super chat. I really appreciate that.
Get out of here. We're never going to that. But tomorrow's going to be a bigger day, and I love these events. So come back tomorrow, okay? Okay, well, so let's talk about fun stuff. Vampire Night Reunion, if you don't know. Now, some of you be like, Vampire Night, what's that? Okay, there was a great show years ago called Vampire Night, and I had a great time. Sorry? Exactly. Without the sparkle, right? Yeah, it was funny because I think it came out around the time that Twilight did. And so there were all these t-shirts about, you know.
Hold on. Vampire Night. Let me just double check the anime here. Vampire Night, if I recall correctly, it has, I'm not sure if that aged well, from 2004 to 2013. And let's just double check, Twilight. Twilight film saga came out in 2012. But the book series was 2005 to 2008. So for anybody curious about what the time frame on that is, there's within the same 5-year span, so I'll give him that. I think that's fine, sure. Vampire Night was very, like... I don't even know how to... I don't even know how to describe Vampire Night. It's got a little bit of that incesty vibe to it, if you know what I mean.
Team, yeah, right, all that. And there was Team Zero and Team kind of, I mean, they tried to kind of adapt the fervor that was all around Twilight to Vampire Night. And it's a great series, beautiful animation. And when I suggested to John Lee that we do
it's dated. Vampire Night is very much dated. If it was gonna get a remake, it would have to get the Fruits Basket treatment. I think the Fruits Basket treatment actually did itself pretty good because like they managed to still hold on to like the unique style of the animated style or the mangaka style, without updating it too far.
Vampire Night reunion this year. Melanie is an amazing, wonderful, talented actress, and she's downstairs. Looking forward to meeting you guys. Ezra Weiss, great actor, director. Any of you watch Miraculous, Ladybug, he's the man behind that, as well as Kaname from Vampire Night, Steve Staley. They have gone to, Anime Matsuri has gone to great lengths to facilitate this reunion. We have a special, one-of-a-kind, exclusive to this event, print of Kaname, Zero, and Yuki together. It was made by an artist for this show. You will never see it anywhere else again. Anywhere. So kind of a special thing to take home as a memento from this event. And I think all of us, Mela and Ezra and I, all have those downstairs at our table. Does anyone want to start us off with a question? Yes, sir. Ask me anything, Kakarot.
So I was wondering if, when you were voicing Broly, if you thought about like the deeper aspects of it, because when you go
The deeper aspects of Broly? The Broly. What deeper aspects of Broly? Okay.
rewatch the movie, there's some things in there that make it seem like he is suffering from like inferiority complex, superiority complex, and PTSD.
So you're saying he's got a lot of problems? Broly's got issues. That'd be a great t-shirt, wouldn't it? Broly's got issues. Are you talking about Super Broly or the OG? Okay, let's talk about that. First of all, the OG Broly. When I recorded it, I'm like, why is he so angry? Like, what's up with him? Oh, well, he was beside Goku when they were babies and Goku was crying. Like, you're kidding. That's not really the reason, is it? Oh yeah, like, worst reason ever. I'm sorry. That was a really lame backstory. And he was super ferocious, super powerful. You can't touch him.
Yeah, this isn't. Yeah, Vic Mignogna did not invent Broly. He's a voice actor, not an author. He did not invent. He didn't create Broly. As for how much of like the deeper aspects of Broly he understands, I don't know.
I mean, I'm sorry. That's just me. I'm not partial, but it doesn't mean I'm wrong. I mean, he's just awesome. Now, when the Super Broly came along, I was so jazzed because they gave him a story, and it was a much better background story for why he was the way he was. In fact, I heard a fan tell me once, and it resonated with me. It's like, of course, that makes such perfect sense. This fan said to me, he's kind of like Frankenstein's monster. I'm like, heck yes he is.
So, the question, by the way, was when you were voicing Broly, what were you thinking about the deeper parts of the character? And his answer is, I wasn't. Other people retrofitted Broly after the fact, and I agreed with them. Okay, I mean, that's a fine answer, but...
Wow, right? He's controlled by this guy, his dad in this case. He's angry and he fights and he doesn't even know why. He's this big lug who's being told what to do and who to attack. He's exiled to this planet alone. His only friend, Ba, his dad shoots and alienates him. He loses his friend, right? I mean, that's a great story. That's a great story. But as for the OG, I mean, he's just vicious and powerful. But all the best quotes are the OG. Every time somebody has me sign something for Broly, they're like, could you write a quote? I'm like, yeah, sure. Every quote, like all the best quotes are from the original. I'll say, what do you want me to write? And they'll be like, could you write a monster you say, no, I'm a devil? I'm like, yeah, that's the OG, but I'll write it. Like, can you write, I'll bathe in your blood? Absolutely. OG again. Can you write, you Kakarot, I choose you to be the first of my victims? Yes, I can. OG again. Can you write, is that another word for coffin? Yes, I can. I'm Kakarot, how much do you love your son? Yes, I can. All OG. Because when the Super Broly fights, he didn't talk.
Weird for having an excuse of not wanting to sign gay fan art is canonicity, but you're totally fine with jumping canonicity for Broly, because it sounds cool.
He fights. But the OG Broly's talking smack the whole time that he's fighting. So there's an interesting difference between the two of them, and I never really felt like there was much depth to the original Broly. It was super powerful, but not a lot of depth, you know what I mean?
So, do we really need to talk about a character who talks smack and is super duper strong has less depth than the character that, when he goes berserk, doesn't speak? Like, this seems like... Can you not just answer the guy's question?
What's that? Yes, question? Yes, yes, my little pipsqueak.
Why? Oh, okay. I understand why. Sorry, I was like, why would you do this? It's because the person is dressed up like Edward Elric, who gets called a pipsqueak. And yeah, it's mad because he gets called short, because he's short.
Hey, say that, kid. Calm down. How are you? You know who this is, honey? This is Beta Bez. Hello, everybody say hi to Beta Bez.
Oh, they know each other.
Beta Bez came from
San Jose, California.
She is a wonderful young lady and a very supportive young lady. I'm so glad to see you. You're taller than I imagined. But
is his wife there, I guess? I don't know.
But you look great. What is your question?
Okay, so this may go back some years, so like way before anime, but what was it like doing a video called Twice Given?
You mean that movie? Oh my goodness, that movie. How did you know about that?
This seems fake. This looks rehearsed. How did you know about that?
Of course. She's talking about a movie that I did my senior year in college. So basically before any of you were born. It was called Twice Given, and it was based on a true story. It was a Christian film, don't get scared. It's a Christian film, and it was about an evangelist who would preach and go around and talk in churches and things. And he took his wife and his eldest son to Israel, like a tour group. They took a tour group to Israel to see the Holy Land and to see all, to visit all of the historic places. And while they were,
I don't know how comfortable I am with Vic Mignogna starting to talk about Israel in 2026. But okay.
there, his wife contracted bacterial meningitis. And it was bad. You're in another country, 20 some hours away from where you live, and your wife contracts this very bad disease. They fly her back, and
So he remembers the entire synopsis of this thing that he filmed when he was like 20 and it can just do it off the cuff? I call bullshit. This is somebody who's a fan of his, who he knew was coming, who he's so happy to see, who is so supportive, asks him this question about this thing that he did so long ago, and he's just like, oh, how did you know about that? What?
he's an evangelist. He doesn't have a lot of money. And
Well, Joel Osteen would like to have a word with you, sir, if you want to complain about money in an industry.
they're like having to have all these tests, and they keep getting these bills from the hospital. He's like, I don't have this money. And it's a miraculous story of how God provided the money.
You mean it's a movie? It's a movie about this thing that you made up that happens in the movie. Okay.
Like the moment he'd get a bill for $13,000.
This man would get a bill for $13,000 for his sick wife, and then he'd hold it up to the sky and lightning would come and strike down the bill, and the bill would evaporate, and then he would never have to pay it. That's how it works, right? What is this? He's talking about this like as if it's a real thing that happened.
And he's like, I have $200 in my bank account. What am I going to do? And somebody literally shows up, or an envelope comes in the mail for $13,000. I mean, like, an amazing story of faith. And I was a senior in college, and
Bro, your Kevin Sorbo is showing.
the production company came and did auditions at our school, and I got cast in the role.
He was at an evangelical school. He was at a Christian school, by the way. This is a university and a school that got his university got in trouble for being racist and a bunch of sexual assault allegations. But his high school was also like a what's the word, it wasn't quite a boarding school, was it? It was like a Christian private school. That's what it was like, for private school.
Of the oldest son.
Yo, his
Tim
face.
Williams, do I look like a Tim to you? I don't think I do either. But,
I don't know, maybe you did 60 years ago.
They flew us all over to Israel. How cool was that? Like, you get a free trip to Israel. That would have been worth it already. But I'm glad you asked about that, because it's still floating around out there. If you ever sit in front of your computer one day and go, what was the name of that film? What are you doing? What are you even doing, Galaxy? What are you doing? What is that? Security. Security. We're breaching security. Leave it to you. Check it out. It's a sweet story, and it's an encouraging story. The world could use more encouraging stories.
Oh, it's on YouTube. What did he say it was called? Twice what? Twice something or another? Twice... the YouTube... What did he say it was called? Vic Mignogna movie. twice something or another. Crunchyroll. What? 6 days ago. Crunchyroll employees want this voice actor to die after constant harassment. Oh, it's Chibi Reviews. Okay. 1 year ago. This is not what I'm looking for. Vic Mignogna. What was it called? Twice what? Twice. Full movie. You told me it was on YouTube. I've been lied to. I've been lied to! Hold on, let me open the transcripts. Twice. Twice given. Alright, let's try. Twice given. Okay, maybe I take out the Vic Mignogna. Twice given. Twice given movie. 1985 full movie HQ. High quality? Yo, I found it! The following is based on a true story of evangelist Tom and Pam Williams. Oh, it is supposed to be based out of a true story. Okay, hold on, I'm muting that. I don't want to get in trouble. Let's jump it forward. Let's see if we can find teenage Vic Mignogna. Get on a camel with your cowboy hat. Hell yeah. Where's teenage Vic Mignogna, goddammit? Yes, they're a very loving couple, and oh no, she's gonna start feeling sick soon. Oh dear. So sad. This guy doesn't look poor. God, how do I pay these bills? Passport or something? I don't know. Letter. Oh, sick wife. Doctor. Where is he? What the hell? Ah, my wife. Oh no. There's a teenage girl. Where is he? What the hell? This is just nonsense. He was a senior, right? Should be like 19. Oh, they're doing a rodeo. Yay, animal abuse. And now he's preaching. Why does this, like, what the frig? Okay, somebody's having a breakdown. That's at the beginning of the movie. Oh, maybe here. Maybe while they're still at home. Where? Is that him? Is he in this movie for 30 seconds? Was that it? He's just on the plane, he makes a smirky face? The end? Are you serious? Is that really? It doesn't seem like the son has a whole lot of shit to do in this movie. Okay, they're on the plane. Like, is that it? Is that him and that's it? That's it! That's gotta be him! Hold on.
Can't believe it. The Holy Land.
Ooh. He didn't even say anything! Really? No, that's like the tourist guy talking. Like, is that it? Oh my god. Oh, wait, he got a line. Did he get a line? Hold on.
They're beautiful. I love them. What do you think he's saying, Raj?
Oh, you got a line. What do you think he's saying?
Just leave this to me, okay? I got away with languages.
Hello.
That was his line. His line was so muffled and mumbled in the movie that it doesn't even get a closed captioning. Oh my god. Alright, well, I'll put the link to this if anybody wants to go watch it, I guess. You're more than welcome to. I'm not gonna stop you. I don't know if I would recommend it, but maybe I should send it to Egghead. This seems like something Egghead would watch. I'll put it in the Discord. Alright. Okay, here you go. Have fun, guys. Nice ceiling. EMP is looking good. Alright, let's keep going with this Q&A panel horse shit. Alright, go on.
Alright. Question? Yes, sir! With the fan, can't beat that. Dude, you look awesome! Can I sneak through here?
Well, he's got like a few people at his panel.
Okay.
Not a ton, but a few.
I didn't figure out how to work this question. I watch dubs, obviously. And I've noticed through like, the decades there's different cadences for certain actors, or just every actor. Like in the beginning, probably around the 90s, it would sound more amateurish or something, and in the 2000s, it's more refined with like OVAs, more sincere. I think now we're probably in a more, lack of a better term, TikTok sort of cadence where it's like, oh, kawaii desu, or whatever, you know? What's your thoughts on, because you've been in the industry, what's your thoughts on noticing the different ways that actors are like portraying their roles? Like, you think it should be more sincere, or a little bit more lackadaisical, or like, what's a great question? What's your name?
I think that I have a follow-up question, or a question that should be asked before this. What's the most recent anime Vic Mignogna has watched? I think that might be a better...
Quincy, thank you, brother. Great question. You guys, this is an awesome question. Let me tell you this. First of all, I'm all for authenticity. I think people want to hear authenticity. I think they want to feel the emotion that the character is feeling. Having said that, one of the challenges...
It depends on the anime. Some things are more jokey and the delivery it matters for a comedic sake, and some things it's like very... like, you know, like this one.
Damn it! I get it now. Why they all call this quest the Devil's Errand. Why they either quit their research or are driven insane by it.
Easy.
The secret, Hal. The last ingredient of the stone.
Jimmy Kimmel needs Jesus.
Challenges in voice acting anime is that the anime is already done. I know a lot of you know this, but maybe some of you don't. When an English company gets the license to dub a show into anime, or into English, they buy the show, or lease the show, from a Japanese company. But the animation is already done.
Yeah.
It's finished. It was already done, recorded, released in Japan. So what the English company gets is a finished animated show without sound. So now you have a big challenge, Quincy, and that is not just to give a performance that's believable and emotional and moving, but to do it within a very strict confine of mouth movements, because that doesn't change. Animation's already been done.
I don't like the implication that he's suggesting that the voice actors are the ones doing the translation. Because that's not a thing that's happening. Do you guys think that Vic Mignogna speaks Japanese and could do accurate translations for scripts? And this isn't the case necessarily with all anime anymore. There are anime out there that do simulcasting. At this point in time. Not anymore. So it depends on what project you're working on at this point. Hi, IT Guru! Thanks for finding me. Welcome. I'm here being a shitter.
That's the hard part. And anybody will tell you that's the hardest thing.
Is it?
I mean, if I handed you a script and I said, here, read this, you can read it any way you want. right? You might want to do it one way and pause right here and maybe do it loud or do it a little quicker or start fast and then end slow for emphasis. You don't have that choice or that freedom with anime. I can't tell you how many times I would look at a script and see a line and go, oh, I have an idea in my mind.
Yes, IT Guru is correct. I'm not gonna say that voice actors can't do that job. I'm saying that the job of a voice actor is not to do that job. There's other people that do that. And if those are also voice actors, great, right? Hello, hi, welcome.
How I want to deliver this line. And then I'll look at the screen and I'll see the animation and I'll go, my read is not going to work with this mouth movement.
Okay.
There's something that happened in Full Metal. In that last scene with Winry. Remember the scene? Yes, Full Metal? Remember the scene at the train? At the very end of Brotherhood? Yes, and yes, right before that, they're at the train and Ed's getting ready to get on the train.
IT Guru says, holy fuck, that's what the ADR director is for. Yeah, it's almost like there are directors and people that are there and you have to work together as a team and it's not just a voice actor that brings a character to life. It's the animation staff from beforehand, as well as the script writers, the translators, as well as the director and the sound design team. It's almost like anime is a collective work and Vic Mignogna pretending that he fucking did everything. It's almost like he also hasn't been in the industry in a while because nobody will hire him because he's a fucking creep and a liability.
And he says, I'll give you half my heart and life if you'll give me half yours. Remember he says that to Winry? Like, oh, what a sweet moment. Right?
Yeah, sure, whatever.
When I hadn't seen the video yet, but I saw the line. And in my mind, I thought this is the perfect moment for a tender Edward Elric. Not a loud, brash, smart mouth, but a tender Edward Elric who
is not Edward also way older in that scene, if I remember correctly? Like, that's when he's now an adult. He's not, like, 12 anymore, or however the fuck old he's supposed to be in the beginning of the series. Is he 14? I don't remember, but okay.
Appreciates this girl who has been with him from the very beginning, bailed him out plenty of times, right? And when I saw the line on the page, I imagined me going, Winry, I'll give you half my life if you'll give me half yours. And then I saw the video. I'll give you half my life if you'll give. He had this big, huge.
Ugh.
Do you remember? It was almost like he was like, literally, it was almost like I think what the directors were going for, if I had to guess, I think what they were going for was that he
awkward.
Was mustering up the courage to say it. So it's like, I'll give you half my life, and you'll give me half yours. I said it, right? Point being, the way I originally imagined that I wanted to say it didn't work with the animation. So that's a perfect example of
what the hell does this have to do with the question?
When you're dubbing anime. Yes, sir.
Oh, nothing, I guess. I can't hear this question. Ask him why he put underwear on the Broly statuette.
Did you guys hear that?
No!
He said that he sees a similar kind of a greedy behavior in a lot of different creative fields.
Not just yes, I know. Artists and production teams wanting to be able to live their lives and eat food. How dare they?
I've mentioned. And what would I say to people in response to that, right? Like,
you are a kept man, Vic. Shut up.
wow, what would I say to someone getting into the field?
Tom asked me, Chesh, do you take this deal? $500,000, is that like US dollars per year, but everyone you talk to has Vic's voice. Like, everybody talks like Vic Mignogna. Like just his voice comes out of their mouth. Is it like if I talk to them, like if they start talking to me, is it normal? But if I talk to them, it's or is it's just constant? I don't know if I could do it. I really don't know if I could do that.
You ready?
Yeah, let them eat cake.
Buckle up. No, it wouldn't be that.
Ah! My entire D&D home game sounds like Vic Mignogna now. Ugh. I think I'd get ear blind to it. Like I think it would go away. Right, you know what I mean? Yeah, do it for a year, then invest. Yeah, I think, yeah. 50K, how much was it? How much money? Like this is, how much are you offering me? How much was it? I have to go back and look. How much monies? I don't know, man. 500,000? 500,000 a year. I might do it for like 2 years. I might put it up. I'd put up with it for at least 1 year. I think I could manage 1 year, and then I would just like stop doing anything. I would be like, I'm just gonna go on a hiatus, and I'm gonna do nothing but. I'm not gonna talk to anybody, and I'm just gonna like sit alone and do art. And worst case scenario, hit a bar once in a while and have to order a drink from definitely not Vic Mignogna. No, my Korean and Chinese dramas now sound like Vic. Oh, that's gonna be a rough 2 years. Yeah, no, you're right. This is, I don't like it, but I think I could pull it off for a little while.
What would Jesus do?
What?
You know that you've heard of the golden rule, right? A lot of people don't even know that.
Wow, guys, thanks. You know? We solved corporate greed and the wage gap. What would Jesus do? Wow. Good job, Vic. Thanks.
Treat other people the way you want to be treated. What a simple concept, am I right? So simple.
You would think that would lead Vic Mignogna to stop being a creep. You'd be surprised.
But nobody does it. So many people treat other people like crap.
Like you.
And they treat other people
and your fan
like
base.
A tool to be
like
used
you.
for their purposes.
And your fan base.
Now, do they want to be treated that way? Heck no, right? They would throw an absolute tantrum if somebody treated them that way.
Like you. And your fan base.
You can't quite make the connection with. You don't want to be treated that way, do you? Then why would you ever treat anyone else that way? They don't seem to make that connection. There's some kind of a.
The fucking the self-awareness of this man is
circuit disconnection there. But that would be what I would tell you, and I would tell you that in life. Not in any particular field, not in any particular profession. The world would be a very different and a much better place if people followed that simple rule. Do you want somebody talking garbage about you? Of course you don't. Then don't do it.
I actually don't care. I've had lots of people talking lots of garbage about me for many a year, and go for it. I'd go for it. Like, if you want to talk garbage about me, I'd go for it. I'm not gonna be bothered most of the time. Like, very rarely are people able to get under my skin when it comes to stuff like that.
To them. Do you want somebody ripping you off? Of course you do. then don't do it. You see what I'm saying? It's like a 5-year-old could understand this, and yet people are so caught up with their own greed and their own desperate desire to get ahead, to make it.
Oh, really? And Vic wouldn't know anything about that.
Right? That they just completely blow off any sense of kindness or ethics to other people around them. And
Ethics! Ethics! I recommend you guys check out a video I did about Vic Mignogna called Plausible Deniability. Check that one out. Just go check that one out. It's from a couple of years ago. It'll give you a bit of a better idea about why I'm reacting to this the way that I am.
you could spend 30 seconds online today and see demonstration after demonstration of what I'm talking about. We all know it.
This man is 14 and deep. He thinks this is deep.
Hey, good to see you. It's, you know, one of the things I love about Matsuri is seeing familiar faces. I love seeing guys and girls that I've seen here before, and you're one of them.
Did you listen to Epic the Musical?
Did I listen to Epic the Musical?
I sent you an email on Spotify.
Spotify? I can't even spell Spotify. And you know what? Now that you say that, I'm wondering if maybe I did. But you know how old I am, right? I don't remember what I had for lunch yesterday.
Bro, you just told us a story not 5 minutes ago about you going to Israel to film something that you were in for 30 seconds and had 0 speaking lines that we could hear when we looked briefly. What do you mean you can't remember whether or not you looked at an email or watched something for somebody you say you care about? So you say you care about your fan base so much, and they make you think of, you see God in them, and then you just blow them off.
Is it on YouTube now? Epic the Musical. Tell everybody what it's about. So here's a shameless plug for Epic the Musical, everybody.
It's about the Odyssey.
Oh. Wow, that got a response. Okay, well, it's about the Odyssey, which, of course, Homer, classic literature. Okay, Epic.
He doesn't know anything about the Odyssey. He doesn't know anything about the Odyssey. Oh my god. Quick. Somebody ask him about the guy who fucks his mom.
The musical. I believe I probably would. And it's my loss for having not watched it yet, so I'm going to check it out.
Oedipus, by the way. It's Oedipus.
Did you like it? No, but did you like it? Oh, a beautiful soundtrack. Now you really got me interested. Okay. Yes, sir.
Why do you think she sent you the soundtrack on Spotify? She literally just said that, dude. Oh my god.
Hello again.
He knows it was written by Homer. I don't know if you heard the way he said that, but he was asking. He thought he knew, but wasn't sure.
You look amazing.
Okay, so out of curiosity, if you had the chance to make your own anime, like, you know, write it, draw it up, right? What kind of anime would you make?
See, now that's a question that really bears some thought, right? You really want to think about something that you have a passion about, Star Trek, or that you... Excuse me, I'm just clearing my throat. That's a great question.
An animated Star Trek in an anime style might be interesting. Sure.
I would love to do that, by the way. In fact, can I springboard off of your question? A lot of you know that a few years back, there was a lot of talk about Anime Matsuri creating a studio. Anybody remember that? That is not dead, in case you're wondering.
Is it not dead? Are you sure? Because as far as I knew, the licensing all fell through, and they never actually owned anything to be able to produce anything.
It's not on hiatus either. I'll tell you where we are in the process, so you guys understand the way it works. So, John and Denise, the people that run Anime Matsuri, have some really solid connections in Japan. which is the first prerequisite. You have to have a connection with studios in Japan, and they do. They've gone over there multiple times. Some of you may or may not remember a few years back, we dubbed a couple of short films that I directed and played some roles in. One was called Zip Shimezo, which was an adorable little film, and the other one was called...
The question was, is if you had all the resources and could, what anime would you make?
Mignogna, which was based on a Japanese legend. Beautiful films. Like Miyazaki's people animated them. They're beautiful. So what we did with those was we used those as a proof of concept. They go over there to these Japanese companies and they're like, here, this is what we can do. We have the talent, we have the equipment, we have the technology, we have the know-how and the experience.
But nobody likes us and think we're full of crap, and so they won't sign any deals with us. What a shame. It's not dead. It's not dead though, guys. He promises. It's definitely not dead.
Seasoned people to make something that's as good as anybody else is making. And that was the entrance into conversations with these Japanese companies.
I would like you guys to take a minute and look up any of the anime that Matsuri Productions put up and see if they're high enough quality. I don't think so.
The next step was getting them to agree to let you dub a show. And several companies told John Lee, oh yeah, absolutely. We've got a whole bunch of licenses that we'd be happy to let you dub for a certain amount of money.
Yeah, it costs money to buy licensing. Duh. Or are all the Japanese companies now just too greedy and they're part of the big greed corporate bullshit you were talking about earlier?
You knew where that was coming, right? And that's where we're trying. That's the hump we're trying to get over right now. Is to get the finance somehow funding, financing, investment to be able.
So what did I tell you? What did I tell you? They are not going anywhere. The licensing fell through because they couldn't fucking afford it.
To get a license.
Get your wife to pay for it, Vic.
And make it available to you. So that's where we are with that. But you know what? What a great question. I'd love to do something original like that if I ever got the chance. One second. What time is it? 1:51. Okay, I have just a few minutes left because I got to get back downstairs to my table. But yes, sir. Prison. Oh yes, she is. Do you guys know about her? I'm gonna embarrass her now. Dominique Sachs was the #1 premier anchor, evening news anchor at KPRC for 28 years.
He's talking about his wife now. His sugar mommy, as it would be.
And long
I am!
that,
I want a sugar mommy wife.
She and I knew each other. We worked together 35-ish years. We worked together at Mix 96.5. She was the beautiful intern DJ. Well, you started out as one, didn't you? Wow, you just came in at the top, didn't you? Wouldn't that be nice? All of us are like, yeah, I'll be president if you want me to. Okay, I knew she was, I love TV. She was a DJ there, right? Evening, right?
Hey, she got parachuted in by a rich family. I'm shocked.
And music and parody songs and stuff for the morning show and different DJs. And I saw her, I'm like, OMG. She's lovely. And so we went out to lunch one time, and without spending too much time on our panel, and I'll be back tomorrow, right? We're gonna have a great panel tomorrow. Without spending too much time, it just wasn't God's timing. You know, if I may be so bold, you you try to push something.
Yeah, I had too many teenagers to hit on and other people to get married to and cheat on and having side pieces to do and creepy behavior to engage in.
It's not meant for you, it's not going to go well. Maybe some of you have experienced that. You just push, and things just don't line up, and you're like, what's going on? Well, it wasn't meant for you. And that's why it's so hard. Something that I'm actually daily milling around in my mind, if I may.
I'm trying to find out how old she is.
Vulnerable to tell you that. But it wasn't the right time. And she went on with her life, and I went on with my life, and then
got canceled for being a creep.
This weekend, y'all. This weekend, 3 years ago, August. Well, it was the whole weekend, like 11, 12, 13. I came into town for Anime Matsuri.
According to what I could find, she's 55 and he's 63. For anybody who cares about their age difference, I was just curious. Hyper right-wing bigot church segment and Lakewood cult. Yeah, she doesn't have a great history. We haven't gone through her history. Maybe we should at some point. If you're interested, I can do that. Vic would not survive the meta glasses era at cons. No, he wouldn't. No, Vic Mignogna could not survive any normal con at this point because, quite frankly, do you have any idea what kind of questions he would get asked at a regular con of people who aren't already like his sycophants that are going out of his way? Like, you have any idea, like, what would happen if, like, somebody like me showed up at a convention that happened to have Vic Mignogna at it doing a panel, and I'd just be like, hi, look, I'm an unassuming, youngish-looking white woman. I'm definitely a safe person you can ask a question to. I was such a fan of you when I was in high school. Yeah, why did you put your underwear on a Broly statue and then talk about how that was cool? I'm just curious as to what your thought process was behind that. Oh, brother.
And John Lee, who owns the show, said, hey, will you judge the karaoke contest for us this year? I'm like, sure, man. I love singing and music and stuff, sure. And then he said, we'd love to get like a local celebrity to join you to be a DJ. I was like, well, I mean, I haven't lived here in a long time, but I used to be friends with Dominic Saxa. You know Dominic Saxa? Totally.
I thought you said that you weren't friends and moved on with your life, and so now you're just, like, throwing her name. Okay. Whatever.
I was like, well, yeah.
Didn't he say a minute ago that he couldn't remember whether or not he saw the Epic or listened to the Epic musical, and he couldn't remember anything anymore? Weird.
Like a long time ago. I mean, every once in a while, I'd come into Houston for an event like this, or Onicon, or Comic Palooza, or something, and I would text.
Oxio says something interesting. It says, degenerate pervert behavior is quite common, sadly. Now that I think about it, it might have been hard to get Vic kicked from a whole industry where perverted behavior is common. My guy, that's a lot of industry before the 2000s. Being a cop, being a nurse, being a in any kind of like media production position as a woman in machining. I don't mean to burst your bubble. Being a woman in male-dominated fields or in fields where men hold the majority of more powerful positions within the industry have been full of perverted behavior being common the whole time. That's only recently been changing, and it's not even remotely close to being caught up, and in America, I would say it's actually backpedaling. So, yeah, you bring up a good point, but yes, that's your Harvey Weinstein example.
Text her and just say, hey, hope you're doing well.
Yeah, you're right, Sable, it's the whole society, not just the industry.
Just want to say hi, I'm in town, just want to say hi. That was it. And so he's like...
So he lied to her. So he said he knew her, didn't really know her, said he was just stopping by to say hi, but actually wanted her to do something for him and for a friend of his. Okay.
You know her? I'm like, yeah, but you know, I mean, I don't know what's going on in her life.
Why are men?
And he said, well, will you reach out to her? I'm like, okay. So I texted her. And she had just gone through some difficult challenges in her life.
Oh, he caught her on the rebound. Aha, I see.
Her mother had just passed.
Yes, this is we're talking very United States centric right now because this is where Vic Mignogna is from. That's the industry we're talking about is heavily United States. But worth noting.
And I was like, oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. Gosh, can I pray for you in some way? And God calling right now. So, that's right. Yes, I'm telling them right now, Lord. I said, my goodness, you know, and so obviously she said, look, I'm not really in a place to judge a karaoke contest, understandably.
Petite, you'd have to go look. Go look, check out other cultures, find out. You'd be surprised what you might find in some places. Who knows?
And I said, well, you know, if you need someone to talk to, I mean, I didn't know where she was in her life. But I said, you know, if you need someone to talk to, you know, just want to, you know, sometimes you can shut down. And I'll bet somebody in here knows what I'm talking about. You go through tragedy and you shut yourself away, and you close the door, you turn off the lights, and you shut yourself off from the world. Bad idea, by the way. Don't do that. But she said, you know what? She thought to herself, my mom.
I will say that if you're talking about like G7 countries, most of, if not all of the G7 countries have abortion rights. So, you know.
My mom would probably kill me if she knew that I was just sitting around, you know what I mean, feeling sad. My mother would probably say, Dominique, get out there, live your life, go see your friend. So she said, you know what? Okay. Wait, what? Okay. I mean, it'd been 20 years, at least, since I'd even seen her.
So you lied to your friend and then you also lied to her. Okay, cool.
And so she agreed.
It might be more hidden. There is still violence against women. You guys are jumping around. And yes, Petite, the bar is low. You don't have to jump very high to get over the United States in the way the United States treats everybody who isn't a straight white man. Like it's not a hard jump. But yeah, there is an equality index and the happiness index. So if you do want to know how women and minorities are treated in other countries, you can actually just go and look that up.
Sunday evening, Annie, you know that restaurant called Annie? Used to be called Cafe Annie. Anyway, it's down.
You're never going to find an entire population of a country where there is no violence against women, nor will you find one that there is no violence against men either. Like, that's just, we're humans.
Gallery area, or is it right here? Gallery area. So we decided to meet there, and I got there first. And I'm sitting there like, oh my gosh. And she walks through the door, and it was like no one else in the world existed.
Ooh.
More
Dreamweaver, I believe you can get me through the night.
beautiful than ever.
Sure.
Elegant. Everything.
Uh-huh.
I jump up, we hug. I asked permission, of course.
Oh, you learned something.
See what I did there?
You see what you did there? You made fun of other women for not wanting to be hugged by you and not wanting you to touch them inappropriately. Therefore, you were mocking and making fun of people's personal space and the fact that you were assaulting people. Yeah, we saw what you did there. Uh-huh. Yeah. Yeah, we saw what you did there. Why is Vic with a bunch of dodgeballs? Yeah. Gee, I don't know. What kind of society breeds this?
No, I didn't ask permission, because that's... But
oh, so you didn't. So you claimed you asked for permission, saying that was a funny haha, but you didn't actually ask for permission at all. So, again, you're still just fucking touching people without their fucking consent. Gross.
We're sitting down, and we just start talking. You know how you connect with somebody that you haven't seen in a long time, and you just can't get the words out fast enough. What are you doing there? Oh, I did this. Tell me more about that. Right? And
sure.
At the end of that evening, we walked down the steps to Annie. I took her to the valet brought her car around, and I said, "May I kiss you?" And
oh, did you ask for permission of that one?
She said, "Get away from me, you creep." She said, "Yes, you may."
The reason Vic's never heard any woman say that to him before is because he didn't ask for permission before.
And we kissed, and then we started dating, and haven't looked back. And every day is sweeter than the day before. Yes, and it's all glory to God. And once again, remember we talked a few minutes ago about timing? When you try to push something through and it's just not right, you're gonna encounter nothing but obstacles. But if you have any interest, and I'm not trying to be preachy here, you guys, I'm sharing stuff with you.
That's a lie. He's absolutely trying to be preachy here.
I love you guys. I'm sharing stuff with you because, and I'm gonna bring it full circle, I see the divine in you.
Which is why I completely blew off that woman that I talked to a second ago about watching or listening to the epic musical thing 30 seconds ago. Yahoo!
And your Heavenly Father has a plan for every single one of you, whether you believe it.
Oh yeah, she is likely paying his legal fees. Yeah, he's a kept man who was in a bunch of debt and down on his out, and he was able to swoon a woman who was in an emotionally bad place when he stepped in. Like that, like, we're supposed to be impressed by this, and it's supposed to be viewed as romantic, and it's really not. It's just this poor schlub who's been kicked out of his industry, has no career, is drowning in debt, and is preying on a richer woman. Now, it's not like she's not a bad person in her own right, but that's irrelevant to the conversation, so... And he's trying to shield all of it behind, God did it!
Or not, he does. And if you try to do your own thing and push your own agenda, you're going to encounter all kinds of struggles, and the door just will not open. But when it's his timing and his purpose, and the time is right according to his plan, beautiful things happen.
Oxio's got a good point. The most disgusting thing is a woman supporting a man who is known to be rapey with women. Yeah, women supporting this kind of shit is real, like, it's very ick to me. I don't like it either. Do you guys think, vote in the chat. 1 in the chat for yes, 2 in the chat for no. Do you think God is gonna intervene and bring Vic Mignogna back to anime? You think God's gonna step in and save this man's career?
So that was probably a much longer story than you expected. His question was only, how'd y'all meet? Like that was like half a second question, and then I took 10 minutes to answer. Okay, oh looky, it's 2 o'clock. I'm gonna take one more question, and then we're gonna pick it up tomorrow, right? Promised, right? Yes? Yes, sir.
IT Guru says, yeah, it's really common. It is very common for women not to support other women and for women to undercut other women. And the main reason is because that's how the system is set up. It's the same reason why you see poor white men voting against things that will benefit a black neighborhood, right? They would rather see they would rather suffer with the black neighborhood than see equal equity across the board, even for themselves.
Like when Johnny Obass said the voices were only in
Broly,
Oh.
or Sabo. But it doesn't matter. I love Johnny. Johnny and I have been friends for many years.
Sure.
You can take 5 minutes and go on YouTube and find hundreds of videos of me and Johnny having a great time at conventions. Anybody have my Christmas CD?
I guess somebody's gonna have to ask Johnny's fucking opinion about this.
Duet with Johnny Young Bosch on my Christmas CD. In fact, when I found out that they had cast him as Broly, I believe I either said it somewhere or I might have even texted him, and I said, you know what? As heartbreaking as it is to no longer be playing a character that I love.
I think he got into a Twitter spat with the guy at the time, but I don't recall.
Loved and played for 25 years.
Yeah, this is
I love
cool.
that it's somebody that they cast somebody that I like and somebody who I consider a friend.
I assure you that was likely not even part of the consideration for who the fuck was gonna be playing the role.
So I'm sure he's doing a great job. I don't know, but you know, it's hard to lose a character that you played for a long time. I mean,
yeah, Vic is likes to do music, and has done a handful of albums. Yeah, equating himself with Johnny. Yeah. There's... Yeah.
doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure that's true. But again, I am struggling still, and every day is a challenge to look for God's purpose. I want to be where He wants me to be, because anywhere else is going to be a struggle. And it's not
Rufio is Dante Bosco, not Johnny Young Bosch.
Easy, but it's worth it. And my beautiful wife is helping me with that. Every day we read these passages like I told you, and I read something, I'm like, ugh, that gets me. I feel how that connects to how that relates to me. Okay, we're gonna see you tomorrow, right? I'm heading downstairs to my autograph table. If I haven't met you yet, and I haven't met many of you yet, please come on down and join me. I love you guys. We'll see you tomorrow. Thanks so much.
Alright, well, special thanks to Goofy Otaku for putting that out there for us. He didn't have his tripod with him, so it was a hand cam, and it was kind of shaky, but they did their best. So, thank you! I appreciate that you put the work in and posted that for us. Let me know if any of you want to watch Twice Given, because I sure as fuck don't, but, you know, this could have been worse. This could have been worse. There was some really cringy bad shit in here, but it definitely could have been worse. I've seen Vic do worse before. At least he didn't like do a, oh no, there's day 2 and oh no, there's day 2 and day 3. Oh no, the second one's titled, Why Can't We Get Along? Oh no! Anime Matsuri should be boycotted. Actually, Anime Matsuri is mostly boycotted. Very few people and very few voice actors actually even go to Anime Matsuri because of the people involved. So yeah, we might have spoken too soon. That was just his opening panel, and now we have 2 more days to watch. How many are there? Oh, God, no. Okay, there's only 3. There is only 3. So I guess we're gonna look at that. Yay! But wait, there's more. I'm not gonna do that today though, so you guys can take a break. I'm just gonna pop in and look at these when I've got like, what am I gonna stream about today? Oh, Vic Mignogna is always good for a laugh. Alright, so I'm gonna get out of here. Thank you for joining me. I appreciate you guys for coming by. Like, share, subscribe, all that good shit. Why can't we just get along? I don't know. Why can't you not touch people? Freak! Oh my god! Anime Matsuri lies about their attendance numbers and the free entry to Matsuri with the car show ticket. Anime Matsuri is just bad mojo all the way around. Bad mojo all the way around. Thank you so much for the stretches. Yeah, I'll do that real quick. Ugh! Gropey McBoy. I have not bought the tea yet. No. Okay, I'm gonna stretch out here. I'm gonna go. Have a good day, everybody. Leave a comment down below if you enjoy these. And if you don't enjoy them, also leave me a comment down below. Don't forget to dislike the stream. I'll be live later on Dapper's channel. I don't know what I'm doing tomorrow. I still haven't gotten myself sorted off of vacation and after having moved, so I don't know what's happening tomorrow. Catch me over on Dapper's channel soon. Bye! Bye. I don't have anything else. Okay, bye!
You don't want to be like this. This is disgusting. This is awful in every way. If I could kill it, I would. But I legally can't. But I've considered it.